Everything to know about Elon Musk's satellite internet venture. The billionaire SpaceX CEO is launching satellites into orbit and promising to deliver high-speed broadband internet to as many people as possible. When you think of billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk, chances are high that you think of his electric car company Tesla, his space exploration venture SpaceX, or his bid to take control of Twitter. Perhaps it's his history of stirring up controversy on social media or smoking weed with Joe Rogan that comes to mind. Maybe you just know him as one of the richest people on Earth. Something you might be less familiar with is Starlink, a venture from Musk that aims to sell internet connections to almost anyone on the planet by way of a growing network of private satellites orbiting overhead. After years of development within SpaceX, and after securing nearly $885.5 million in grant funds from the Federal Communications Commission at the end of 2020, Starlink picked up the pace in 2021. In January, after 3 years' worth of successful launches, the project had surpassed 1,000 satellites delivered into orbit. 1 year and dozens of successful launches later, Starlink boasts more than 2,000 functional satellites orbiting overhead and says that it now offers service in 32 countries around the world, though the budding broadband provider still faces a backlog of prospective customers waiting to receive equipment and start service. That list of countries includes Ukraine, where Musk said in February additional satellite internet terminals were en route amid the Russian invasion and amid Russian attempts to jam the signal. A move that cost U.S. taxpayers $3 million, according to a report from the Washington Post. Starlink isn't without its controversies. Members of the scientific community have raised concerns about the impact of Starlink's low Earth orbit satellites on night sky visibility. Meanwhile, satellite internet competitors, including Viasat, HughesNet, and Amazon's Project Kuiper, have taken notice of Starlink's momentum, too, prompting regulatory jousting and attempts to slow Musk down. Okay, start at the beginning. What is Starlink exactly? Technically a division within SpaceX, Starlink is also the name of the spaceflight company's growing network, or constellation, of orbital satellites. The development of that network began in 2015, with the first prototype satellites launched into orbit in 2018. In the years since, SpaceX has deployed thousands of Starlink satellites into the constellation across dozens of successful launches, the most recent of which took place on April 21 and delivered another 53 satellites into low Earth orbit. That brings the total number of satellites launched to 2,388, more than 2,000 of which appear to be operational parts of the constellation. And those satellites can connect my home to the internet. Just like existing providers of satellite internet like HughesNet or Viasat, Starlink wants to sell internet access, particularly to people in rural areas and other parts of the world who don't already have access to high-speed broadband. Starlink is ideally suited for areas of the globe where connectivity has typically been a challenge. The Starlink website reads, "Unbounded by traditional ground infrastructure, Starlink can deliver high-speed broadband internet to locations where access has been unreliable or completely unavailable. All you need to do to make the connection is set up a small satellite dish at your home to receive the signal and pass the bandwidth onto your router. The company offers a number of mounting options for rooftops, yards, and the exterior of your home. There's even a Starlink app for Android and iOS that uses augmented reality to help customers pick the best location and position for their receivers.